from Southern Maryland's weather leader. This is a JB Weather Alert.
Hey, and good afternoon. I'm Forecaster John Bordash with you in the JB Weather Center this afternoon to bring you a live weather report. We do now have an active tornado warning in effect for parts of central Charles County. Let me go ahead and take the radar off here momentarily just to show you where this tornado warning is. It's going to be for this orange polygon here, and this is going to be including Welcome, Pittscup, Pomfret, and parts of downtown La Plata. This is just to the south and west of Waldorf, kind of from along 301 back towards the west on over towards Nanjemoyne. And this is a tornado warning that'll be in effect for about the next 20 minutes or so. Let me go ahead and get you the latest information on this tornado warning. So the National Weather Service has issued this for parts of central and northwestern Charles County until 4:30. At 4:05, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Port Tobacco River, and this storm is moving to the northeast at about 25 miles per hour. For those in the direct path of this potential tornado touchdown, flying debris will be dangerous, especially to those left without shelter. Damage to roofs, siding, and windows may occur. Mobile homes may be damaged or destroyed. Tree damage is going to be likely with this storm. And this storm is going to be around the La Plata and Waldorf areas as we approach the bottom of the hour right around 4 o'clock. So for those of you inside this active tornado warning, inside this red polygon, this is what my apologies. This is what we're talking about, what you need to do. Move indoors. Those left outside in these types of situations have a rather low survival rate, even if there isn't necessarily a confirmed tornado on the ground. And we don't have a confirmed tornado as of right now, but that could very quickly change. But you want to be moving indoors into a building that has a firm foundation. And you want to move to the lowest level of your home. So that's either going to be a basement or that's going to be a first floor if you don't have a basement. I grew up in Lesby, and in Lesby, I grew up in a ranch-style one-story home. We didn't have a basement, so we just stayed on our main floor. And if you don't have that basement, that secondary or that third point there, that's going to become even more important. You want to shield yourself. So you need to be into an interior room and you want to cover your body. So we want to be putting as many walls between us and the outside as possible. And we maybe take a mattress or a helmet of some sort that's going to be helpful for you to survive any potential tornado touchdown. Let me go ahead and bring it back on over here to live William Richmond Ink Radar to show you what we're talking about. It's this storm that right now is moving into the Pomfret area, right into Port Tobacco. This is our active tornado warning. You can see that red polygon there. Let's go ahead and see if we can't just get a base velocity here with this storm. And I am indeed seeing these signs of rotation within this storm. Let me go ahead and get my telestration going on. Where what we're taking a look at here is velocity mode, and radar can do a few things. It can show us where it's raining and how hard. It can also show us where we have winds in rotation. That's what we're taking a look at with this product. Color shaded in red, those are going to be winds moving away from the radar. So in a general motion like this, and those color shaded in green, especially the bright greens, those are going to be winds moving towards the radar, or in a fashion just like that. So we can see where that potential rotation is there, just north of Route 6. If we take this back on over to velocity, that very nicely matches up with where we see that potential embedded hook in there right now moving into portions of Port Tobacco. Now let me go ahead and zoom us on out here. We have a couple of other warnings in effect. We have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for southern parts of St. Mary's County, parts of Lexington Park on down towards St. Inigos. This is not currently a tornado warning storm. We can check this storm for rotation as well, and if there is rotation right now, it looks like it would be rather broad. Nothing too tight, but something we are definitely going to monitor. This storm up here in Charles County does give us that highest threat level right now for potential damage. But for severe thunderstorm warning in southern parts of St. Mary's County, that goes until 4:30. It's for that orange shaded polygon. And newest radar scan just now coming in. Let's zoom back on and get you that tornado warning text box. That rotation is starting to lessen a little bit. It's starting to broaden out somewhat. If we take this radar scan back here over the last little bit, You can see back at around right around 4 o'clock, you can see where we start to get that intense couplet there, rotation moving right into the welcome area, and that's what prompted that tornado warning. And that rotation couplet, while still notable, is not nearly as strong as it once was, which is important to note. And I see a couple of questions coming in about what's happening in my location. Let me just preface this with saying I quite literally just walked in the door from school about 5 minutes ago. Like, I got in, saw this, and popped right on live. So I'm still very much investigating the storm along with you. I don't want to get this sense that this is, going to be a situation where you're definitely going to be facing life-threatening choices, but this is going to be a storm that we want to take seriously. And I want to see if we can't just get our base 3 radar loaded up here, and we'll see if that wants to work with us. But this does show us, again, this red polygon here that includes parts of Welcome, Pitska, Pomfret, Bentzville, and La Plata. This will include right along that 301 corridor that goes right through La Plata, parts of Route 6, and just south of Pomfret. This is where we're looking at that potential for a tornado. If we were to try to pinpoint where this tornado could potentially be right now, taking a look at our velocity, it's going to be right in this region, right where we can get that red and green couplet there. Let's see if we can't just get some road names loaded up into this puppy. Spatial tools. So we are talking Poorhouse Road at the moment, known as Plain, Hunt Road, Hedges Place, Ripley Road, getting right on over towards 225, Rose Hill Road, getting on over here towards Mitchell Road, Valley Road. If I'm saying any of these town names, and these are going to be, if any of these town names are sounding familiar to you, right, that's going to be telling you that you're going to be in a potential path of this. And let's go ahead. Let's get out of our road naming tool and let's try to put a storm track on this storm for us. Right where our potential tornado could be, nothing confirmed, but we are noting that potential there. And let's go ahead and track this storm here at about 24 miles an hour, moving to the northeast. This is going to be moving right here into the La Plata area, the core of this rotation here, in about the next 10 minutes or so. So as we begin to approach the bottom of the hour. Getting on over towards White Plains as we approach 438, just south of the Waldorf area in about the next 25 to 30 minutes. And if this can hold on, and there's no guarantee that it will, but if it is able to hold on, potentially getting into the Baden and Brandywine area as we approach 5 o'clock. Newest radar scan just now coming in, and we continue to see, or at least what I'm seeing, is that rotation remaining rather broad. Let's zoom back in here. Again, we're looking for a tight couplet, right, where we are looking at red and green really touching. And I see a lot of questions about where is this located. Let's go ahead. I do want to quickly take off the radar data for a moment. If you're in this red polygon, you are under this tornado warning until 4:30. This is nothing to be scared about, but this is something we want to take seriously and take those tornado safety precautions, which I'll touch on in just a second. We're talking Welcome, Port Tobacco, Pitska, Pomfret, Bentzville, La Plata. If you are within, kind of a 2-mile radius of any of those town names, you want to be taking this storm seriously. This does not include Waldorf or White Plains or Bryantown at the moment, but we do note that this is going to be potentially on your doorstep. Let me go ahead and get you those latest tornado safety precautions. If you're in this tornado warning, you want to move indoors, into a building with a firm foundation. If we do indeed see a confirmed tornado touchdown, any building without a firm foundation will have the potential to try and rotate. And we are now getting a new tornado warning in. It appears to be just to the north of our region. Yep, and this is going to be just to the north of our region. This is going to be just south of Washington, so not our immediate area. Let me go ahead and get you back on over here to radar. and show you again. It's this new red polygon. We'll get back to our immediate tornado warning concerns, but it's going to be this area just to the south and west here of Washington. This is going to be an active tornado warning for south central Arlington, east central Fairfax, and the city of Alexandria until 4:45. So, and I do actually want to do one thing quick. There we go. I think we're getting a couple of spam messages with people trying to hype this up more than it actually is. This tornado warning is to the south and west of Washington. Take that seriously. Any immediate interest in this region just south of DC. And what I do want you to take note of here, take a look right over Franconia, how we have that tight circulation where you can see that bright green right next to that bright red. And if we come down here to our La Plata storm, the rotation's a little bit more broad. At one point, it was definitely concise, but the one thing we know about these types of storms and these types of situations and in these types of environments is that these storms can pulse up as quickly as they pulse down, and this storm could definitely be going through a bit of a cycling pattern. Nevertheless, we do still have an active tornado warning in effect for the next 9 minutes for these areas here shaded in red. This includes Bentonville, Pomfret, Pittsburgh, Welcome, and La Plata. For those of you just now joining the live stream, good afternoon. I'm Forecaster John Bordash with you in the JB Weather Center this afternoon, tracking a rather dynamic weather situation. As we have a warm front pushing to the north that we highlighted in this morning's forecast update, we noted that there would be the potential for enhanced and increased ability for storms to rotate a little bit, and that's what we're seeing right now. And that has prompted this tornado warning for central parts of Charles County here, and this is going to be going until 4:30. And then we do now have a brand new update on the tornado warning here from the National Weather Service. Let me get you the latest information on this. So the tornado warning remains in effect until 4:30 for north central parts of Charles County. At 4:21, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near La Plata and moving to the northeast at 25 miles per hour. The main hazard here is going to be a tornado. We are not seeing increased likelihoods of seeing hail with this storm, which is good, but we do see that increased threat of a potential tornado touchdown. Now, this is still only radar indicated rotation. We have yet to see any confirmed touchdowns, any reports of funnel clouds, which is very good news. But for those that are going to be in the direct path of this potential tornado touchdown, flying debris will become dangerous, especially for those of you caught without shelter. Damage to roofs, siding, and windows may occur. Mobile homes may be damaged or destroyed in this type of a situation. The National Weather Service notes that tree damage will be likely with this storm as it pushes to the north and east, getting ready to move into Pomfret, Bentonville, and then eventually potentially getting into White Plains and Waldorf. This dangerous storm will be near La Plata right around 4:35, really just about now, and then getting up into Waldorf right around 4:45. Other locations impacted by this tornadic thunderstorm include, but are not limited to, Pomfret, Ripley, and Bryan's Road. Take cover now, move into a basement or an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows. If you're outdoors in a mobile home or in a vehicle, move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris. If a tornado or other severe weather is spotted, report it to the National Weather Service or your local nearest law enforcement agency who will send in your report. This act could save other people's lives. Again, we do not promote the idea of going outside in the middle of a tornado warning, right? What you need to be doing at this present moment, if you're in this tornado warning in parts of Charles County, central Charles County, Pomfret, Bentonville, La Plata, this is what you need to be doing. Moving indoors into that building with a substantial foundational shelter, a mobile home or a vehicle not going to be a safe space for you. You want to move to the lowest level of your home. A basement is fantastic. If you don't have a basement, though, a first floor will be okay. I've told this story before during tornado warnings, but growing up in Lesbia, I grew up in a one-story ranch-style home. We didn't have a basement, so we stayed on our main level, but then this next point becomes even more important. You want to shield yourself. You're going to do that one of two ways, or potentially both would be great. You want to put as many walls between you and the outside as possible, right? Get into an interior room. Typically a hallway or a closet or a bathroom would work great. Our mom used to get us into the one room that didn't have windows, right? That was going to be our one bathroom on that first floor. And she would put a mattress over us, get some pillows, maybe a helmet, because you want to shield yourself. If we do indeed see a tornado touchdown with this, or even just strong wind gusts, we could be talking down trees, potential power issues. So you just want to protect yourself throughout the duration of this warning. We are getting some new warnings here live into the JB Weather Center. I want to go ahead and get you back on over to live William Richmond and Greater at this moment. Let's take a general view here. You can see kind of how we have this corridor of storminess, and I want to take the lightning off briefly to kind of clear the screen. You can see where we have this corridor of storminess that's kind of lined up right along our warm front, right? It extends from the Washington area right on down to Lexington Park, and it's moving to the north and east. We have no active tornado warnings for any part of our region except for the immediate La Plata and Pittsburgh areas. All of St. Mary's County, you're fine, except in that one severe thunderstorm warning down to the south. At this moment, Calvert County, you're fine. At this moment, Prince George's County, no tornado warnings for you. But we do need to watch this entire developing line as it pushes to the north and east. The potential for rotation definitely exists today across the region, and we're already seeing that play out now with 2 active tornado warnings. We have that one warning that's in effect for the next 5 minutes down here towards the just north and west of La Plata into Pomfret and Bennsville, and the second tornado warning that was issued just moments ago for parts of Fairfax County, Arlington County, and Alexandria. These storms are prompting a myriad of warnings. You can see all of the polygons, right? We have severe thunderstorm warnings in orange, tornado warnings in red, flash flood warnings for parts of Virginia in green. That's to say, this line has the potential to produce some active weather. So if you're out ahead of any of this potential weather, well, you don't need to freak out. I would definitely advise you just to take these seriously. And it looks like the National Weather Service is going to go ahead and allow that tornado warning for parts of Charles County to expire here as we approach the 4:30 time period. And that tornado warning will indeed expire at 4:30. The storm that prompted the warning has weakened to below severe limits and no longer appears capable of producing a tornado. Therefore, the warning will be allowed to expire. However, gusty winds and heavy rain will remain possible with this thunderstorm. And just looking at that velocity scan again, showing you where we have winds moving to and away from the radar, that couplet is much weaker. It is much more of a broad rotation over about a 2-mile span. So we're not looking at overly pressing areas of rotation. It's really much more of a broad location, but this tornado warning just to the northwest of our area, moving into the Washington, D.C. area, will continue until 4:45. But heavy rain will continue to remain a threat across the region. Gusty winds will remain a threat. We do remain under that level 2 elevated risk of severe weather throughout the rest of today, and especially going into tonight, as we see a lot of different forces in the atmosphere kind of come together. I say that to say you need to stay weather aware through the evening and into the overnight hours. Have multiple ways to get warnings. I will be here with you throughout the evening now that I'm home from school. Just got done a full day of teaching, and now we're literally as soon as I got in, the tornado warning was issued, and I hopped here right on live. So I'll be here though through the rest of the evening to provide you any pressing updates. No active tornado warnings for our region right now, but you do want to stay weather aware throughout the rest of today and as we head into the evening. Thank you for joining me over about the last half hour or so as we track this. If we have any new updates, I'll be back here with you live. You can get my updates on Facebook, facebook.com/JBWeatherLLC, at Twitter at JB_weather, Instagram at JBWeather, and of course on the website, jbweather.net. In the meantime, I'm Forecaster John Bordash. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. I'll be back here with you live, continuing to track these storms as they continue to push through the region. Have a nice and safe one, and keep it tuned right here to JB Weather.
Check the forecast anytime online at jbweather.net.